Hello, everybody, and welcome to the video where you will watch an example of a citizenship interview taking place. Now, please note, however, that this video that you are about to see is not a real citizenship interview, and you are not guaranteed to have these same questions asked of you that are asked in this interview. You may not also be asked these questions in the same order. I just wanted to give you guys an experience of what something may be like when you go in for that interview. But before we get into the actual video interview, I wanted to go over with you what you need to bring with you to your citizenship interview. So, when you arrive for your interview, you should have your appointment notice, your permanent residence card, your passports, and so your current and expired passports, so both, and then your state identification card. And so those are the documents you are required to bring. And then in addition, you also need to bring the following documents if they apply to you. So you need to provide proof of your marital status. So your marriage license, your divorce notice, the death of your spouse certificate, anything revolving that. If that applies to you, you need to bring that as well. If you have legally changed your name, you need to bring the court decree for your name change. You need to bring your court disposition in criminal cases if that applies to you. And if you are a male who is registered for the Selective Service, you need to bring that Selective Service registration as well. So now that you know what to bring, we're going to begin the interview. And so, again, please keep in mind this is not a real interview with not real applicants applying for citizenship, and there are no real USCIS officers involved in this. In fact, in this video, it is me and my immediate family that is doing all of the different roles. And so you will also notice that the four of us in the video, we are not wearing masks. And that is because we are immediate family members and we do live together in the same household. But for your interview, depending when you interview and how the pandemic is going, you still may be required to wear masks during your interview. So please keep that in mind. So, all right, enjoy watching the video, and I'll see you guys after. Matthew Peterson?
That's me.
Awesome. My name's Officer Phillips, and I'll be conducting your interview today. If you could come on back with me, we'll get started. Nice to meet you. So how was your drive in today?
A little dreary, but that's okay.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad to see that you made it safely.
Thank you.
Oh, if you could actually remain standing, we actually have to swear you in first. So if you could raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Wonderful. Go ahead and be seated. Okay. What is your name?
Matthew Michael Peterson.
Okay. Have you used any other names in the past?
No.
Okay. And do you want to legally change your name today?
No.
Okay. May I see all of your forms of identification, please? Thank you. Here are these back. Thank you. What is your date of birth?
12/17/99.
Okay. And where were you born?
Ontario, Canada.
Okay. And are you a citizen of Canada?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Peterson, what is your marital status?
Single.
Single? Okay. And have you ever been married at any time?
No.
Where are you currently living?
123 Main Street in Faketown, Iowa.
Okay. And where are you currently working?
At the local bank.
And is that in Faketown as well?
Yes.
Have you traveled outside of the United States within the past 5 years?
In June 2019, I went home to visit my family for a couple weeks.
Okay. How many weeks was that exactly?
2 weeks.
Okay. And do you know the dates that you left the United States and the dates you returned?
No, I do not.
But so June 2019.
Yes.
Okay. Are you a member of any organizations, either in Canada or the United States?
No.
Okay. Do you have any past history or problems with the law?
No.
No? Any traffic violations or tickets?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a criminal history at all?
No.
Okay. Any time spent in jail?
No.
Okay. Have you served any time in the United States military?
No.
Okay. And are you registered for the Selective Service?
Yes.
Okay. So final question, do you support the United States Constitution and the government?
Yes.
Okay. I'm now going to need you to sign your application for me. So if you could sign your name right here, print your name and sign your name here, and then sign and date.
Okay.
Excellent, thank you. So now we're going to move on to the civics test. So we're now going to move on to the civics test portion of the interview, okay?
Okay.
And so you will be asked 10 questions and you need to get 6 out of the 10 correct. And once you answer 6 questions correctly, the questions will stop.
Okay.
Okay? So, question number 1. What are 2 cabinet level positions?
The Vice President and the Speaker of the House.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. Number 2. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s.
The War of 1812.
Very good. What is the name of the national anthem?
The Star-Spangled Banner.
Correct. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803?
I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. Who is one of your state's senators right now?
Joni Ernst.
Correct. The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
435.
Correct, very good. Name your United States representative.
Dave Loebsack.
Correct. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did?
He freed the slaves.
Very good. And that is 6, so that ends the test. So congratulations, you have passed the civics test portion. So we're now going to move on to the reading and the writing test portion of the interview.
Okay.
And so the way that this is going to work is that you will be asked 20 questions and you need to get 12 out of the 20 correct. Okay? And you will be asked all 20 even if you get 12 correct. The
Okay.
test will continue, okay? So question number 1. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance?
The flag.
Correct. How many senators does each state have?
2.
Very good. Name the 3 branches of government.
Legislative, executive, judicial.
Very good. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one.
Standing up for equal rights.
Correct. How many amendments does the United States Constitution have?
27.
Correct, very good. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves?
Africans.
Correct. Where is the Statue of Liberty?
New York.
Very good. Name one power of the president.
The ability to veto.
Very good. And do you know what vetoing means?
To say no.
Yes, it's a very fancy way of saying no to a bill. What does the president's cabinet do?
They advise the president.
Correct. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives?
300.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. Next question. The American Revolution has many important events. Please name one.
The Declaration of Independence.
Very good. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Please name one.
The Federalist Papers.
Very good. Who appoints federal judges?
The President.
Very good. Name one power that is only for the federal government.
I don't know.
That's all right. What is Independence Day?
The 4th of July.
That is correct, but this question is looking for what is celebrated on Independence Day.
Our independence from Britain.
Correct. If the president can no longer serve, who steps in to become the president?
The Vice President.
Very good. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States?
Mike Pence.
That is correct. Name one power of the United States Congress.
To make laws.
Correct. What is the economic system of the United States?
Capitalism.
Very good. And finally, the United States Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean?
A government made by the people for the people.
Very good. So congratulations, Mr. Peterson, you have passed the civics test. So that is great news. We can now move on to the next sections of the test. So we're going to move on to the reading and the writing tests. So we're going to do the reading test first. So I'm going to give you this, and I want you to please read line number 1 for me.
George Washington was the first president.
Very good. And then I'll take that back. Okay. And now we're going to do the writing test. So here's the pen, and I will want you to write on line number 1, please, for me, okay? Thomas Jefferson was the 3rd president. Thomas Jefferson was the 3rd president. Okay, so let's do one more sentence, okay? So I'm gonna have you write on line 2 for me now, okay? The Statue of Liberty is in New York. The Statue of Liberty is in New York. Very good. Very good. Well, all right, Mr. Peterson, that is the end of the interview. And so I will give you this form to show that you have passed the interview. And so I want to offer you some congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm recommending that your application is approved to be granted citizenship. And if it is approved, you will be contacted to come back to this office at a later date for your oath ceremony. Do you have any further questions at this time?
No, I do not.
Wonderful. I'll escort you back to the waiting area now.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so welcome back. So that's what a pretty standard citizenship interview will look like from start to finish. Again, however, each interview and experience is different, so you may not be asked all the questions that were present or in that order. So, the next step after completing the citizenship interview, as you may have heard me say in the video, is having your application submitted for citizenship approval. And if you are approved, you will be invited back at a later date for your oath swearing ceremony. And this ceremony is where you will take the citizenship oath and when you will officially become a citizen of the United States. And so I hope these videos, this mock interview video, the videos over the other parts of the citizenship test, and the video series over the civics test, I hope that they have all helped you prepare for the interview and helped you to become more familiar with the steps and the process that it takes to apply for citizenship. If you have any questions or concerns, again, please do not hesitate to reach out. You can call the Columbus Junction Public Library at 319 728 7972. Or you can email the library director, Mandy Grimm, or you can come in person anytime that the library is open. And you can ask for me, you can ask for Mandy, you can ask for Anna. We will all be available and we will all be willing to help you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that this has helped you. Bye, everyone.